Severe storms push east, but leave damage in the path. We have an update. Norman residents are recovering from the tornado damages this week. And this Tuesday, Oklahomans will vote to determine the legislature. Cleanup is underway. Tornado damages this week, and this Tuesday, Oklahomans will vote to. The sexual assault on campus tornado destruction continues to impact students, and abortion pills may be harder to come by. This is OU Nightly.
Thanks for watching OU Nightly. I'm Morgan Martin.
And I'm Purpura.
Tonight, students are processing the news of a sexual assault on campus.
Romello Woodfork is live in the newsroom with more.
There's an ongoing investigation regarding a sexual assault on campus that happened late last night. Although the police department issued an alert describing the situation, they say a male assaulted another male at an address that matches the Bazell Library. The suspect was described as an Asian male, mid-20s and approximately 5'7", with short hair and a mustache. He was wearing all black, carrying a black backpack. OUPD has reached back out to us, but there are no updates. In the newsroom, Romello Woodfork, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Romello. It's been a difficult week for many east of campus after storms damaged some students' home. OU Nightly reporter Dacoda McDowell-Wahpekeche is covering more tornado damage. Dacoda?
Going to school and working without a roof over their head, that's what 3 college students have been doing this week because of their house being destroyed.
For Nate Nicholson, this past week is something he'll never forget.
Yeah, our fence and everything was gone. All of those ones that are boarded up, those are the ones that the doors flew off of.
This college student ended up living out of a hotel.
It's like $800 for the whole thing. So thankfully we could afford that because I can't imagine if we couldn't.
He says his first glance at the damage left him almost speechless.
It was pretty rough.
The inside wasn't too bad, but then he saw the roof.
It's like, oh crap, like this is gonna take months to fix.
Nate's room was mostly spared. His brother Jacob, however, lost a significant amount.
So we swept in here. The whole floor was covered in the glass. There was a bunch of insulation in here. You can see it there. They just patched it, but that was just a big open hole.
And they've got the pictures to prove it.
We're on the left side. The one on the right has a little bit of stuff, which is why I think our next door neighbors were able to stay.
But at the end of the day, Nate says he's not going to let this get him down.
And we are very, very lucky. This could have gone a lot worse.
Nate and his brother and his girlfriend are in a new rental house, and the previous landlord here is now working through the damage. Reporting live, Dacoda McDowell-Wahpekeche, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Dacoda. It looks like the weather will cooperate for those who need to spend this weekend cleaning up from the storms.
Meteorologist Chloe Arroyo joins us now with a first look at the forecast.
Yeah, it's actually cleared up quite a bit into this weekend. Current temperatures hanging around in the 60s overall. Norman's sitting at 61 as you head further east. Those temperatures dipping down into the lower 50s and even into the 40s. Now, we also have some wind speeds along with that. Some pretty light winds, but winds nonetheless coming from the northwest. Norman wind gusts peaking up around 10 to 15 miles per hour. So coming up here in a bit, we've got lots to talk about. We have some updates on the storm damage. We'll also see our next warm temperatures as well as our cold front coming up next here in a bit.
Thanks, Chloe. The verdict in a trial for one of South Carolina's elites is in. OU Nightly's Kennedi Patterson has that story and more national headlines from the News Center. Kennedi?
Alex Murdaugh received 2 life sentences without parole for the murder of his wife and son today. The verdict was reached by jurors Thursday night after Murdaugh admitted to lying to investigators about his location the night of the murders. The defense plans to appeal the conviction soon. Murdaugh still maintains his innocence. Tornadoes are expected to continue their impact while moving towards the East Coast. The National Weather System says that 5 tornadoes have been spotted in Texas. NWS also issued a tornado warning for southeastern states this morning. More than 60 million people will reportedly be under a severe weather threat this weekend. Walgreens announces it will no longer sell abortion pills in select states. Multiple attorney generals threatened the company with legal action if sales of the pills continued. The request was made by states where abortion is illegal and legal. Access to abortion pills still remains legal in 37 other states. And ATMs are facing a decline as the introduction of digital payments has caused the need for cash to slowly fade away. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Kennedy. The University of Oklahoma's largest student-led philanthropy event kicks off this weekend.
Hear how hundreds of students will be helping the Children's Health Foundation.
And an event in Oklahoma City is hosting some cool cars and cute critters.
We'll tell you where you might find your next furry friend when OU Nightly continues.
After raising over $700,000 last year, OU Dance Marathon is back. The annual event will take place tomorrow, March 4th at Sarkey's Fitness Center from 10 in the morning to 10 at night. Executive team member Sandy Vo says to her the impact of OUDM is undeniable.
Yeah, so OUDM is the University of Oklahoma's largest student-led philanthropy, and what we do is we raise money that goes towards the Children's Miracle Network, and all that funding goes towards research, treatment, and just providing the best care for our miracle kids and miracle families.
If you're interested in signing up, you can register with the link at the bottom of your screen.
And we'll be taking a look at the track from last Sunday's tornado with meteorologist Chloe Arroyo.
She has a peek right now at some of the damage. Chloe?
That's right. Take a look at some of this tornado damage. We're going to go a little more in depth of the updated reports that we have been seeing over the past week of survey damages. And on top of that, I'll see the rest of the forecast. I'll have all of that coming up here in just a bit. Welcome back to OU Nightly. We've got lots to talk about with these updated reports. Let's take a look at this tornado damage that we've seen from last weekend's tornado here in Norman. That was an EF2 tornado, and in fact, we actually have a new record not only in February but also in January and in December for the number of tornadoes. We had double the amount of tornadoes from our past record in the month of February, which was set back in 2009 at 6 tornadoes, and now we're at 12. Now this is just from that one event, and we're still updating this map as we go. We had a couple of confirmed tornadoes in the metro itself, and here's that one track that you can see of that EF2 that went right through eastern portions of Norman, started around Goldsby and then went up to northeastern portions of Cleveland County and lasted a good 26 miles on the ground. But now we're taking a opposite look at what we're seeing right now. Blue sky, not a cloud in the sky right now. Current temperatures hanging around in the lower 60s across the board. As you head a little further east, those temperatures are going to dip down into the 50s as it stands right now. So as you're walking out this evening, as you're taking your dog out this evening, temperatures are going to be in the 40s. We'll have some increasing clouds here and there, but overall, it's going to be a very nice evening as long as you have that light jacket along with you. Now, as we head into tomorrow, temperatures reaching up into the 60s. Warmer temperatures will persist as we head into the weekend, but the only thing to keep in mind are those wind speeds and wind gusts as we head into this weekend. Saturday morning, we'll see some winds peaking up, and then they'll slowly start to increase as we head into early Sunday morning. Wind gusts of upwards of 35 to 40 miles per hour, and then that'll continue to persist as we head into Sunday afternoon, early afternoon into those afternoon hours. wind gusts very, very prominent. Now, let's take a look at the overall forecast for the rest of the week. Temperatures hanging around in the 60s, even reaching up to the 70s for Sunday. Now, we've got a little bit more precipitation ahead of the game on Tuesday, Wednesday, and on Thursday. We'll see some precipitation. But temperatures are going to warm up quite a bit over the weekend, and then they'll cool down. We'll have a cold front push through Monday night into Tuesday morning, so those temperatures will be in the 40s, a little more seasonal for this time of year. Ladies, back to you.
Thanks, Chloe. The annual Oklahoma City Auto Show is helping some animals find their forever homes.
One brand at the event is partnered with the local animal shelter for the Subaru Loves Pets event.
The Second Chance Animal Shelter will have around 40 dogs and puppies for people to adopt.
These furry friends will be ready to take home from today at the show through Sunday.
Thanks for watching OU Nightly, and stick around because Big Friday Sports is next.
Brigg, I hear our reigning national champions are opening home slate.
That's right. Morgan, coming up, Britton Ross will bring us a live update from the softball game and a Big 12's title on the line in Bedlam's women's basketball. Big Friday Sports is next.
Hello and welcome to Big Friday Sports.
I'm Brigg Bates.
And I'm Kenzie Iserman.
We have a lot of Sooner sports to cover, so let's bounce past it over to the basketball court first.
A familiar opponent awaits the Oklahoma women's basketball team tomorrow at 2 p.m. Bedlam's happening for the second time this season, but this time in Cowgirl territory.
OU is on path to a possible Big 12 regular season title this week. OU Nightly Sports' Tyler DeLuca spoke exclusively with an OU assistant coach, Michael Neal.
Tyler DeLuca here, and I am joined by Michael Neal, former OU men's basketball player and current women's basketball assistant coach. Coach, thank you for joining me today.
Absolutely.
It's pretty easy from the outside looking in to see how special this senior class is. It's not hard to find that out. But for you, someone that gets to spend every day with this senior class, what makes them special from your eyes?
It has nothing to do with basketball. It's just the type of people they are, and each of those individuals are different in their own right. Taylor, obviously, the things that she's been able to accomplish while she's been here and what she's had to overcome in her personal life with losing her father, I think that's it's tremendous because she carries that. She's consistent every day. Maddie's energy and how vibrant she is will definitely be missed, but I mean, she's gone from different spectrums of what's required of her and what's expected of her in practice, and what she brings is invaluable in regards to scoring and being as versatile as she is. And Anna, I mean, I don't think there was a year that she hasn't been injured, and she's still going. Missing those three whenever they leave is going to be a hard thing to replace, but at the same time, right now in this moment, I think it's a cool thing.
So flipping the script a little bit, I mentioned earlier that former men's basketball player here. You're so kind of on the other side of things, the men's basketball program right now. What do you kind of think of? Obviously, kind of building towards the future with this season. What are you kind of thinking of what Porter is doing with this program so far?
He's holding them accountable, and they're competing, and they're in just about every game. So, like some of those things, I mean, it could have gone either way. The season could look way different for them if, they capitalize on a few more opportunities in some of those games. But I'd be tremendously excited because one, they're going to defend and they're going to always figure out ways to score. So if you're not behind them now, don't jump on the bandwagon later whenever they start doing well. That's what I say. But I think he's doing a tremendous job. I think regardless of the situation, whenever it comes to wins, losses, I mean, they're getting better, and it's going to be exciting to watch them moving forward.
Coach, appreciate your time. Thank you for sitting down with me.
And the TCU Frogs head north up I-35 to the LNC for a Sooner Senior Night special as OU looks to steal and win at home versus the number 22 Horned Frogs.
Last game, OU fell to Kansas State on the road 85-69. And the last time the Sooners met up with TCU, they didn't have the best outcome. Here's Porter Moser's thoughts on that game.
We were passive against their press. Their length and athletic ability is tremendous. The defensive length of switching, and then their just absolutely going so downhill in transition, and then they rebound.
The Sooners softball squad started their home slate at 3 p.m. today. Our very own Britton Ross brings us a live update from the game. Britton?
I'm here live at Marita Hines Field, where the two-time defending champ Oklahoma softball make their home opener this season against the UIC. It has been a great game for the Sooners so far. OU softball returns to Marita Hines Field today, and Nicole May will get the start in the circle. On to the bottom of the first, Jada Coleman will hit this leadoff homer to put the Sooners up 1-0. On to the top of the second, with 2 on and 2 out, Nicole May will get the strikeout to end the inning. Right now, the Sooners lead UIC 3-0 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Next up for the Sooners, the number 16th ranked Kentucky Wildcats tonight at 5:30. And then we'll follow up with a rematch with both teams tomorrow. Reporting live from just outside Marita Hines Field, Britton Ross, OU Nightly.
And sticking with Sooner Diamond Sports, our very own Caleigh Hommel is live to give us an update on the OU baseball game.
Baseball weather is here and OU baseball is in full swing at the Frisco College Classic. Right now it's the top of the 8th and the Sooners are leading 6-5 against California. The Sooners currently have a 4-4 record for the season after making it to the College World Series finals last season.
Flipping over to the mat, the OU women's gymnastics team hosts their own Friday Night Heights in Norman tonight at 7:45 against Florida. This is the first time since 2019 that the Sooners have hosted the Gators, so you won't want to miss it.
And the OU men's golf team heads south of the Red River for a head-to-head matchup versus the Texas A&M Aggies. The Sooners tee off at a home away from home Whispering Pines golf course where they won the Big 12 championship last year.
Well, stay tuned to hear a story on Oklahoma City's newest sports team that you haven't heard of.
And the Oklahoma high school basketball playoffs roll on. We update you on 2 local schools' postseason runs right after this.
Welcome back to Big Friday Sports. Our very own women's gymnastics team is taking on the Florida Gators this evening at 7:45. You're going to want to bring your OU gear with that, but you're going to want to bring some long sleeve OU gear with that. It'll be a little on the chillier side, 55 degrees by the time we get to the 7 p.m. hour, and past the time the game or the meets begins, temperatures will be in the lower 50s, and then we'll even reach down into the upper 40s by the time you head out after the meet. So make sure you bundle up and have a great game.
Thanks, Chloe, for the Friday night weather update.
Well, welcome back to Big Friday Sports.
Skating onto the ice.
The Oklahoma City has the Thunder, the Blue, Dodgers, and now the Oklahoma Warriors. The North American Hockey League offers one last chance for junior hockey players to earn a NCAA scholarship. OU Nightly's Ben Dackiw has more on the team.
It's a small town feel in a big city.
Last April, the Wichita Falls Warriors announced they'd moved to the Blazers Ice Center in Oklahoma City. With the move, Warriors head coach Garrett Roth's mission is simple: help grow the game of hockey in Oklahoma.
The biggest thing for us coming to Oklahoma City is it's a big market. It was an opportunity for us to get involved in the youth community and try to help drive hockey here in Oklahoma City.
When the Warriors came up north from Wichita Falls, the Blazers Ice Center got some upgrades. These metal bleachers I'm standing on happen to be one of them. But the players that play on the ice here are proud to call Oklahoma City their home.
Being a leader of a team in a big city, it's pretty fun, and there's a lot of fans, and there's a great hockey community here, and they're really in tune with the team and involved.
We're in the South, so hockey's, not the primary sport, but the people that play down here are very passionate, and it's kind of like a family. Many of us come from places where hockey is a bit bigger, and so we don't really experience like that void of hockey being gone.
While the average Oklahoman may be surprised by this, hockey actually has a lengthy history in the state.
Even though it's a football state, Oklahoma has had hockey since the 30s, and the Blazers were fantastic. And now that the Warriors are here, we'd like to see it continue to spur interest in hockey.
Ben Dackiw, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Ben. The Oklahoma 6A high school playoffs are heating up, and the Norman North Timberwolves take on the Westmore Jaguars in a winner-go-home matchup, while the Norman Tigers tip off versus Deer Creek to see who advances to state. And over on the girls' side, Norman North plays Midwest City to see who keeps their postseason alive. And the Norman High Tigers dominated the Bixby Spartans, punching their ticket to the state tournament.
Now, I know it's not football season, but how do you talk about OU sports without talking a little football?
Well, Kenzie, no matter the season, the pigskin's always flying. There's a total of 7 Sooners at the 2023 NFL Scouting Combine.
OU's the only school in the country that has produced at least 4 NFL draft picks each of the last 15 seasons.
You can watch the Combine live on NFL Network all weekend long. And shooting back to the court, let's talk about the OKC Thunder.
The Thunder take on the Utah Jazz at home tonight at 7 p.m.
Utah is leading the season series 1-0 with 2 matchups remaining after tonight.
The Thunder lost on Wednesday 123-117 to the Lakers.
And Jalen Williams knows what the Thunder need to focus on against the Jazz.
Whether they're big or not, just trying to get paint touches, especially because Shea's out and he does it a lot. So trying to make up ground in that regard is something that we've kind of been focusing on. And Josh and myself and the kind of rest of the team know when to spray out and get our shooters open or when we can finish. So.
Over to the Sunshine State, the Arnold Palmer Invitational is on day 2. And magic's in the air. Brigg, what's going on down at Bay Club?
Kenzie, the magician himself, the Norwegian nightmare, Victor Hovland on the 8th hole throws an absolute dart for the hole-in-one as he shot a 34 on the front 9. Well, that's all the sports talk we have time for today.
Thank you for watching Big Friday Sports.
Tune in next Friday for all things Sooner sports.
Good night.